Hello. Hey, honey, it's Val. What's up? Welcome back to Valtopia TV. You're on my live stream. What's happening? It's been a few days. It's been a few days since I've live streamed in the Facebooks. So say hello if you're joining me. And let me share this to my Facebook group. And I'm looking forward to connecting through with you today. And there I am. Let me know if you're watching the playback. Let me know if you're live with me. Let me know what's happening. Here, I'm going to share this into Valtopia. And I won't be on long. This is going to be a nice stream. Say hello if you're here. I'm used to my face being around the other way. Let me know if you're live with me. Let me know. Turn that down. But I did it so that you could see the words when I pull some cards. When I read some cards and do the readings. Oh, look at my face on the side. I've been out in the sun, honey. I need to get some sun magic going. Say hello if you're here. Hi, Lisa. How are you, honey? Do you like, isn't this fun? I don't know what brand it is. I probably got it at Rite Aid or something, but it's pink. Pink. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Say hello. So I'm super relaxed today. My kids left a few days ago with my ex-husband to do a beautiful trip. He's brilliant. He planned this big trip for them to go on. And I've been really enjoying with zeal. Thank you, Lisa. These cosmic transits, because it's just been very clarifying for me over the last few days. It's always clarifying when you've been with your kids a whole bunch, especially during COVID. Like, my kids have been home. Of course, I have them half time, but they left and I had all this time to sort of tune into myself, which I do anyway generally, but really the weather right now is illuminating, if you haven't noticed, in your relationships or in yourself, things standing out much more clearly than usual. And today we have a shift in the alignment. Venus goes direct and we get to move into a new energy about ourselves. So I love to tune into these cosmic transits because I feel them. I feel like I am a constellation, honey, and everyone has their constellation. And the energy that gets provided really allows us to get to know ourselves better. And what I'm finding with my clients and for myself is that's really what this is all about, is getting to know yourself better and getting to know what's inside of you. And awareness is so powerful. And I was reading this really awesome article that I actually posted on my page yesterday from this wonderful doctor who does brain recovery after trauma. And she was saying on this clip that any kind of trauma, even if somebody hurls an insult at you, creates damage to your brain. Our cells respond to positive or negative energy coming at us. And we all have, I'm a parent. I don't know how much work my kids are going to need to do to recover. And I'm an energy guide and a self-help expert. I am not a life coach, by the way. Just to make that clear. I'm a cosmic business coach in the current expression of how you define me, but my gift is really to help you come into deeper awareness of yourself, because most of us that have been, that are gifted with high level of awareness and inspired to be creative are traumatized. This world wasn't created to let us express our creativity and actually believe we can create a living from it, and a good living from it, and so we grow up expecting that we can't. And now that we're living in this time of immense transformation all over the globe, we need all the creativity that we can get our hands on, because creativity is creation. And each of us have an infinite resource of creativity and solutions within us. And when we can let go of the trauma that we've endured and let our brain regenerate and the juices flow again, and we can reconnect our brain to our body and understand the very most subtle cues of information about ourselves. Holy shit! That's why my clients are making all this money, okay? It's not about because they got a better website. That might come after we do this work, but the strategy, the website, the logical things that do indeed happen when you're running a business and connecting with your people must come out of the evolution where you have connected your brain to your body. If there's a disconnect and you're scaling based on that, you're going to feel that disconnect in yourself, in your relationships with your clients, in the results that you get with your clients. And so most of us, shots fired, a little bit away, what the heck? Most of us in this business find ourselves in a situation where we must transition rapidly and we learn to thrive, and that disconnect between our mind and our body is exacerbated, and there's a split that begins to manifest in all of our lives and our relationships and our standards and our boundaries, and we don't even know it. We don't even know it, because even as we're doing our healing and learning about ourselves and developing more solid boundaries and standards and understanding about ourselves, we're still in that energy and perception as we're growing. And so the more that you can connect what's happening in your mind and the stories and programs you may have had running up until the moment you decide to get fully aware about it, and what's happening with your body and the very subtle cues that our body gives us about what's really happening in your own mind and body together when you're connecting them in deep awareness and in trust. And what happens with my clients is, first of all, they don't even have a connection to those subtle cues because of the trauma. And second, and trauma could be, like I said, anything like someone yelling at you and shouting at you could have destroyed this connection between all sides of your brain and the flow and the energy between your body and your brain. And so you find yourself creating situations in your life experience that come from this disconnect, and then wondering why you're disconnected from the results you desire, even though you're showing up and you've decided and you've done all these things. So here's what I want to say about this. It's very subtle. These cues are very subtle. And here's why most people don't, highly sensitive leaders are not making that connection, because there's an invisible electric fence that stops you from feeling. It stops you from feeling. You may go like sort of towards it. So here's the example. You're very dedicated and you are passionate in your purpose and you're determined to bring through your modality or your healing or your money-making solution or whatever it is that you're doing. And you've invested in all this work, but the work is only goes so deep. And this happened to me. I invested a lot, like thousands of dollars, and there was just a certain point with my guides that I wouldn't go deeper. And when we won't go deeper within ourselves to know what's really happening, we can't access our best solutions and our most inspired flow of ourselves and connection to what we truly desire. And, this level of connection and awareness gets cut off because of this subconscious, what did I call it? Subconscious survival sludge that's there, and you don't even realize it's there. It's actually coloring your perception of who you think you are and what you think you need to do and how you think you need to do it, where you're operating from your mind and a lot of obligation, and you're totally ignoring all this body cues of what doesn't work for you and what does work for you. And we're not talking about you having body cues and then not doing what you need to do. We're talking about you slowly and in safety becoming more and more aware of what all those feelings in your body actually mean, beyond the initial reaction most traumatized people have, which is a lot of fear and chaos and anxiety and past memories coming up and maybe other spirits and all this stuff. Like, a lot of you are highly sensitive, and when you try to get quiet with yourself and go into meditation or do this, you can't move the energy around because nobody's ever shown you, and you get stuck in a place that doesn't feel good to you. So you're unwilling to go into that depth because nobody's ever taken your hand, grounded and centered you for reals, and said, come on, let's do this. We're going to feel this, and it's going to be okay. And then when you get into the dark and weird place inside of you that feels like, oh, I can't go in there, we go, yes, you can. We can go in there. And that little bit of deeper awareness of yourself every day results in cash infusions, because those places that you won't allow yourself to feel become relationships you don't have. become upper limit ceilings in your income. They become health issues. They become sicknesses. They become everything that you're not letting yourself have, because invisibly you're stopping yourself because you just don't want to go there. Because not consciously, you're showing up, but you're thinking that you have to do a bunch of things first in order to get to that level of what that level of depth would actually provide you. All the stuff that you would do that feels logical, that you think you can trust to create the desire and the results that you want, would actually come much more rapidly and much more aligned and exponentially give back to you as you trust that it comes from doing this deep dive exploration within. And it's really about these tiny little subtle cues of awareness and living with them and learning what they mean for you. So please let me know how this resonates for you. Who's here? And hi, Jenna. And this work is vital and hugely transformational, and my clients are having incredible results because of it. So I'm going to do a little quick reading of the, and did I share this to Valtopia? Let's see if I shared it to Valtopia, and you feel free to share too, especially since it's been a few days. I will not be a slave to the Facebook social media. You have to do it every day on my terms. I show up when it's exactly aligned, and it's very often many days, but you know, when you don't come on, it sort of stops showing your feet. All right. Is nobody here? Hey, Erica, thank you for sharing. Maybe I can't see who's on here. Tell me if you're here and if I'm missing you. Oh, I bet I'm missing the watch party I started, aren't I? Hey, Nicole, there you are. Are you on here, Beth, too? Sorry if I missed any of you guys. Hello, honey. All right, so we're going to do a little reading of the a collective reading with the diagnostic deck. Ooh, and I'm just going to tune into what I see. It's been a few days since I've tuned into anybody else, so I bet the messages are going to be really powerful and clear. And I invite you to do the same during this really powerful cosmic time, is to be with yourself and to feel what it feels like to be in your own space, and to trust yourself and to get quiet with yourself. Invite yourself into a really powerful time of shift that only comes from really just maybe doing nothing at all and having no thoughts at all, until all of a sudden you think, oh, why didn't I think of that? But the first goal is like nothing at all. Nothing. Just go walk the dog. Don't take your phone. Don't imagine everything just, ooh. So as I tune into our collective, Valtopia, as your guide and as the leader of this container and space that I call Valtopia TV, that is here on Facebook, that's here in my free group Valtopia, that goes to YouTube, that may make it to Instagram, and who knows where else it all gets shared. All this stream that I share with you right now, tuning into all the collective energy that may view this live or as a playback in the future. Oh, you are hamawana na wime wa yimahana wa yimuwa wa yinanawa. So I feel like all these parts and pieces are coming together, like the puzzle pieces coming together. Almost like what, I think it was Nicole said that to me, is the puzzle pieces are coming together. And, you know, a lot of us feel so most of us feel so disrupted and just like almost disorganized. Let yourself be broken apart. Let yourself be disrupted. Let yourself let go of something that may no longer be true for you. But let yourself feel the puzzle pieces coming together within yourself. Where are the pieces? Like, get to know yourself and understand how all of you fits together to be a whole, to be cohesive, because that's when you really do start to feel peaceful, grounded, centered, and contribute energetically to creating that level of peace and grounded, centered creation from your beingness in your everyday experience that then ends up affecting the whole. And I'm going to tell you, I've been working with this Healy and myself for weeks now, and it's elevating my vibration every day. And I learn more and more about how I feel and why I feel the way I do about certain things. It really shows me my inner child. Stories from my childhood, like misunderstandings as a child towards my parents' relationship, like the cards that come up, I'm like, oh, that is so on point. And it just helps you, like I'm saying, to understand yourself better so that you can create more powerfully cohesive, energetic frequency and beingness about yourself, that the decisions and the connections and the magnetism about you is consistently rising and expanding and inviting and wonderful. Who's still here? Say hello. So what card fell down here for us? Ooh. This is the fear of failure card. Who resonates with this? You know, one of the biggest things that my clients have been experiencing with me, especially like in the Valtopia Biz expansion container, is this understanding that they're not afraid of failing. They're afraid of how powerful they are. And they're afraid of the valve. It's almost like Elsa. You know, they know that if they actually use their energy and power, it might hurt. They think it might hurt somebody. They don't understand. You don't understand yet the level of trust that you're going to come into. And that's the experience that we get to have together, and that you get to invite for yourself if you feel this sense of apprehension about pursuing your own creativity and expressing the truth of who you are. That if you're a natural healer, you're probably feeling protective of other people, because it's just in our nature to try to think for others and sort of modulate our own behavior and let other people have what they want, you know, in a way. And that can truly not only cut off your access to your gifts, but it turns the valve down. It turns the valve down of your power and everyone else's power, because we're walking around, instead of modulating our own sense of energy and flow, trying to modulate others and not truly learning about ourselves. So fear of failure may truly be fear of your own greatest power. And so know that you get to learn how to address that power, and you get to learn how to express it in a way that is aligned to you, and you're fully supported in that. Let me know how this resonates for you. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from this deck. Let's see what's going on. Who's here that's going to want a quick reading? I'll pull a question card for you. Oh, if you please share the stream. Ooh, that came flying out. So I'm feeling a lot of throat chakra as I'm tuning into this next pull. A lot of like energy, like sort of bubbling up in there. Where did that go? Ooh, yes, declutter. Declutter your mind, declutter your home. Can I tell you something? This last few days of June, I want you to get ready. I want you to get ready for yourself. I want you to get ready for fresh beginnings right now if you can. Clean out your closets, mop down your floors, get some fresh stock of cans and food and art supplies, and I got doggy supply. Like, just get it all and be ready for the next stretch and feel good in your own home and declutter your mind and just be prepared to support yourself and nourish yourself and get to know yourself in a way that's easy. This time is about knowing ourselves and our own capacity to create from within. More than ever, we will be pushed into knowing that, and we can do it. We're so gifted. Trust that on the other side of this transformation is you getting into action and ascending into your incredible power to know and be inspired when you do the decluttering of what isn't true for you, and you honor the powerhouse that you truly are and what comes through you. Okay? So, is anybody here, say hello, that would love a question card or an Arcturian light activation card so we can have a little bit of a journey together? And if you're new to me, I'm a powerful energy guide. I'm a cosmic business coach. I'm your cosmic tour guide. I have changed my whole life over the last few years from a place of feeling super stuck and scared and powerless and sort of sick and dead inside to living my dreams. And my clients don't just buy my artwork, they invest in time with me to become more of themselves. Hi, Courtney, welcome. And through creative work, through sound and toning and deep dive, intimate conversations and loving, hand-holding, transformational work, we become what we've decided and what we're divinely being guided to and what we truly are meant to express. So welcome, Courtney. I'm going to pull some question cards or activation light cards if you are interested in me tuning into your energy field and just sort of letting a message come through. I'd love to tune in with you. Please feel free to share. Oops, that came flying out. And, you know, all of you that come to me are so gifted. You've invested so much money and time in your growth. And what's happening is that, oh yeah, you've been watching on and off for years. I love it when you guys come out of the woodworks. Like, I'm like, I didn't know you never said hi, honey. Although we might have talked to each other one time and it's been a while. I'm so grateful. I'd love to. Okay. I love it. Good. So why am I a gift? I love to remind you why you're a gift. I see it. And I'll be honest. I've had trouble in my life, just like all of you healers and generous, loving, creative people, because you see the best in others, right? We see the best. We see the highest form. And I see why you're a gift, and I feel the expanse of your vision, and I trust you. I see you as fully, fully capable of what's coming through you. And I also feel where you're not living into it. And so let's tune in and see what's going here. I feel like I want to pull, well, let's just have some fun. Courtney, if you've been watching me for years, let's hang out for a minute. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for showing up and saying, hello. Welcome to Biotopia TV, honey. All right, I'm going to pull some Arcturian light just to get started. And let me know when you feel me tuning in. Let's do good old school tuning. I'm going to do a little toning because I feel some throat chakra already, okay? So as I breathe into tuning in with you, that energy moves down into, there's a feeling of joy too, and a really feeling of connection, beautiful cosmic energy. There's some energy coming in your crown and back here, your spirit guides coming in. Do you feel that? All right, let's see what card comes through for that. Yeah, I felt this. I felt your cosmic, like, yeah, like soaring, right? This just like expanse of your soul. And right now I feel your crown. It almost feels like somebody's tapping or knocking, and there's information that wants to come in there. Are you? Yes, you feel it? Yeah, I love it. Okay, so let's tune into what's there. Let me tune in with me and the cards at the same time. So, you know, this is interesting, Courtney, because I'm resonating with some of the feelings that you're having in your head, and it's some energy shifts that I've been needing to make for myself. And what I've found with my clients is that we're a constellation, like we have similar patterns in our DNA, like we may have been through similar life experiences or traumas and things like that, that shape certain pathways of energy flow through our body. And as I've discovered the parts that I need to shift and open, so is the same in my constellation. You guys need to shift the same things. It's like you can feel the places where the emotional resistance has turned into a diverted pathway, and we need to reestablish a fresh pathway where there's not that diversion, right, or that avoidance and all that, right? So does that resonate for you with the crown energy? Hi, Peter. So let's tune in with the diagnostic here. I feel so much joy coming through you, Courtney. Ooh, all down my back and everything. Bring it. It feels so good. Okay, so there's the throat chakra, and there's some chest stuff, which is like some guilt and obligation here, right? Absolutely. Okay, good. Like this, when you have that feeling right here. Hey, Peter, that's when you're really like still a little bit overly attached to judgment or other people's judgment. And this is something that's so been coming up with this head stuff that I've been clearing for myself. And it is that judgment that gets passed down, especially as women and mothers, that maternal judgment that essentially comes from trauma and fear. Like, we better get it all tight or we're not going to be able to, yeah, good. Okay, you feel it now. Okay, so that perfectionism is painful because it does emanate out of power over rather than power to. And the work that we are doing is about restructuring and regenerating every part of our being that still resonates with that perfectionism and that painful fear, and regenerating it into powerful self-awareness that becomes joy and peace and connection in the moment. But it's a process, and it's the first part of the process is becoming aware where in you just these tiny little cues of your body are disconnected from maybe what you're trying to say with your brain. And the work we're doing is first to become an awareness where that judgment is coming, where you're still in allegiance to things that aren't true for you, and then recognizing when it happens. One of my clients has been doing this work just like a few weeks. We're just finishing the glow up, and she recognized that there's a whole bunch of pathway on one side of her body that she was resistant to feeling, and that was actually the side of her body where she'd been really sick. So, you know, this awareness is not just like, oh, it's nice. It's just like breath work. It's like, oh, it's not just nice to take a deep breath. It'll change your life when you really allow yourself to tune into it. Courtney says, what, are you still feeling the energy coming through? All right, let's see what else is on here for your diagnostic. Ooh, these guys wanted to come up. Look at this. Look at you. Emerging, just like the soar card, right? You're emerging. You are coming up and out. Yes. Yes, I love this. Okay, we've got the high flyer, right? You're willing to take risks and you sort of feel like you're on the edge and don't want to look down. The high flyer. Out of disappointment, you're creating magic, right? Little rainbows coming out of these pots of ashes. So you know how to you're transmuting the story of what was into what is, and allowing, like I say on my title, to transmute this survival sludge into personal power of creation, right? And so this is the Knight of Wands. This is the impervious clown. So you have to like give a two fucks about other people's judgment, because that isn't what's guiding your innovation and your leadership and the beauty of what you're creating that's coming through you. Your own epiphanies and ideas are literally the answer to your prayers and to your clients' prayers or your people's prayers. And ooh, my ear is ringing really loud. Let's see. So then I feel some solar plexus and boundary stuff. Is that right? Do we have some boundary stuff we need to work through? And then the throat went tight. So we have some witchy stuff. How we doing here on this reading? What you think, Courtney? All right, so from this, I'm going to pull Arcturian Light Activation card to see where we're going next. Ooh, there it is. Sanctuary. Spot on. Yeppers. I love it when you guys always say that every single time. Okay, so you are calling in a sanctuary of peace and a space in which you're going to surrender and receive and magnetize to you what you're calling in, what you desire. And you're going to let go of these judgments and attachments to other people's thoughts and decisions, and you're going to let yourself create what's truly meant to come through you. And do you feel that throat chakra bubbling up in reaction to my proclamations? And now I feel a lot of energy kind of dispersing around your crown, and this ear is still ringing a lot. Wow, there's a lot going on here, honey. Let's see. Oh, gratitude, and why am I grateful? And why can I live in luxury? Look at that. So what is luxurious for you? What does create a feeling of luxury? And, you know, how can you let yourself be grateful that you do deserve what you've created for yourself? You're a mess right now. Oh no. Well, Courtney, I don't know if you want to tell me what's going on the live stream, or if you want to go to the application and fill out an application. I don't know where you are in your life, but you know what? There's no shame in our game. You know, I've been plenty of messy, and I'm cleaning up. I've been doing my taxes for the last few days. That's why I hadn't showed up, because I kept running from my mess and my organization because I was traumatized. You know, I was really freaked out and kind of couldn't slow down. And so now I'm slowing down, and I'm looking at what I did, and I'm cleaning it up. So there's no shame in your game. You just gotta ground and center and take a look at where you are and do what you need to do to take care of your business, you know? So do you want to tell me where you are on the stream, or do you want to reach out to me privately and see if you want to apply to go into all of that was so spot on? I'm here for you. Oh, look, and the next card beyond the luxury was, why am I wealthy? I love it. So I am working with my clients on wealth repatterning, health repatterning, love repatterning. And I say repatterning because most of us have been programmed and have deep perceptions and ideas about the way things are, and we don't even know they're for sure, Courtney. They're, you know, we don't even know they're coloring our chances of letting ourselves breathe and truly be who we are. And this isn't just about like, oh my God, you need to be who you are. I work with highly sensitive, impactful leaders whose transformation results in impactful, limitless transformation for many, many people. And the work that I do with that one person is so deep and powerful. It instantly ripple shifts throughout their community and changes their lives, not only just their family and their clients, but everything. And so I'm completely focused and dedicated on only a few of you at a time. And the work that I do is highly organized in terms of, if this is a quantum container, it's very short, it's a certain investment so that your mind is ready to get in there. Then we have other more spacious containers where we take more time and it's more gentle process. And then we have self-guided study. And I even have an $8 coloring book on Amazon that's hugely transformational, and that you can go and do it on your own. And you can watch all my free videos forever. I got hours and hours of videos of me sharing the truth of my journey and how I started out not even knowing I could tune in and be so intuitive, to literally sitting here with Courtney and reading her spot on, just by being quiet and tuning in to what I pick up and feel through her permission to let me tune in with her, right? You used to be so spiritually connected, and it's not as anymore. Yeah, well, you know, every lesson that we go through is meant to show us something about ourselves that needed love. So be kind and grateful that you are being shown parts of yourself that wanted love, and forgive and let go, and let yourself become who you are. Because you're already that. Anything that's making you feel like shit is not yours, and you need to let it go. Because if something's making you feel like shit, it's either because you need to get in alignment, or it's somebody else's shit, so it can be changed, right? So I'm so grateful to connect with you, Courtney, and reach out. You know what to do. You can find my application on valtopia.com. Or if you want to find out about the bundle, that's a $500 investment. Working with me one-to-one gets up into above. I have something for $1,500 right now, but I don't know how long I'm offering that one. So here's the thing. You know, we're about to go into another eclipse over I forget when it is, and more planetary shifts that include possible confrontation and things like that. So just remember every moment that you can take before every day is done to tune into yourself and find out where you neglected or forgot about something about yourself, where you can learn to flow the energy more freely within yourself, where you can feel more breath and nourishment for yourself. You're going to see that reflected back to you in your next day in love and connection. And every day is another opportunity to create more of that and to trust in your own powerful creator energy. So this work is for leaders. This work is for people who have already decided they're ready to integrate and embody. This work is for people who have businesses and creative projects that are already working, and you're ready to really expand, and you don't want to expand based on anybody else's crap. You want to know yourself and expand based on your own blueprint, your own energy, how it works. You don't want burnout. You don't want to do somebody else's method and then find yourself like, you have this imposter fear because you think you can't show up for what you're creating. It's only because you're thinking you have to do it somebody else's way. We need to take a study and look at you and see how you flow and you work, and allow you to stream. My clients all download modalities, programs, books. Everything just comes in. It floods in once we clear the painful attachment to other people's ideas about how you're supposed to be. So once we do that work, then you'll find yourself overwhelmed with epiphanies and ideas. And from that space, then yes, we take inspired action and have strategy and maybe do a website, whatever it is that needs to happen. And that's another thing. A lot of people going around thinking they have to do all the things and investing tons of money and beating up their own self-esteem in the process, because you don't need to do all the things. You need to do what's aligned for you. And I'm looking at my hair and I'm laughing because it's pretty freaking hilarious today. So thank you for joining me. I love you. I show up because I'm so grateful to be free in my life. And I learned freedom by understanding I was a victim first. And I was buying into a bunch of shit that made me feel that way. And I learned every day, and I still learn every day, to trust myself more and be who I am more. And for me, what that means is being a creative leader and guiding others to their infinite inspiration. Each of us is so powerful and so creative. And if anybody else is here and you've been watching, like I see Peter, Peter, if you would love a question card, or anybody would like a quick question card, I'd be happy to pull one for you. I love, thank you for enjoying my streams and sharing my streams and learning from my process. So thank you for joining me today, and I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my evening. And I have some really exciting content that's coming, that's based on some work that's already been going on, and I'm going to be going through my client. Oh, and I have a couple portraits that are about to come out. Oh, they're so stunning. Oh my goodness. And if you guys haven't seen the portraits, you can go look in my photo albums and see I've done over 30 of the, I don't know how many I've done. I've done a lot of them, and they're soul activation portraits. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Have a gorgeous evening, and I'll see you on the next one. And own your frequency. You are the miracle. I'll see you in my inbox. Somebody apply so I can get started working with you. See you on the next one.